Well, hey everybody, my name is Jack Settle. I'm coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm very excited to be doing this video with Smokefree, Tennessee. So huge thanks to them for having me. I'm going to do several originals for you. This first one is called Interstate. Well, I left my girl out in Oklahoma. I went looking for a new aroma. I can't take any more of this. I gotta go find another miss. I'm interstate. No dinner plating. Just a burger in my lap and one hand on the wheel. I don't waste my time debating with folks who are hating. So if you got a problem with me, I'm gonna get up and leave. Go interstate. So I ended up in Tennessee, working at a factory. The dust and smoke made my throat burn, so I went and gave that key a turn. I'm interstate, no dinner plating, just a burger in my lap and one hand on the wheel. Now, I don't waste my time debating with folks who are hating. So if you got a problem with me, I'm gonna get up and leave. Go interstate. All right. Then I grew tired of these apartment walls and answering my boss's calls. The thought of staying makes me sick. The thought of leaving gives me a kick. I'm interstate, no dinner plating, just a burger in my lap and one hand on the wheel. I don't waste my time debating with folks who are hating. So if you got a problem with me, I'm gonna get up and leave. Well, if you got a problem with me, I'm gonna get up and leave. Go interstate. All right. Well, I first found out about Smokefree Tennessee about a week ago, and I reached out to see how I could get involved because that's something that I'm very excited that people have noticed that smoking in bars is still an issue, surprisingly, in 2022, and they're doing something about it. So huge thank you to Jamie Kent and everybody who are working with the state and the Nashville City Council to find a solution. If you're not familiar with Smokefree Tennessee, their goal is to make all the venues and bars in Tennessee smoke-free. And they've already taken some of the first steps to make that happen. And so, yeah, like I said, this is very exciting. And personally, I have asthma, and I have been fortunate enough that almost all the venues and bars that I've played at here have been smoke-free. There was one time, though, about a year ago, I was invited to a writer's round, and I walked up to the door, and as soon as I opened the door, the sunlight came in, and it was just, the room was filled with smoke, and I almost just left. I have asthma, and some people, their bodies just don't really respond to that, but my lungs and my throat and my voice, it does not work well with smoke. So I kind of trucked through the round, but after like the second song, I could barely sing anymore. So like I said, I think it is a little bit ridiculous that in 2022, that's still an issue. Most workplaces don't allow smoking inside. So anyway, and this is not to hate on smokers at all. This is just wanting to keep it outside. So anyway, like I said, huge thanks to Smokefree Tennessee, and very thankful for them. So yeah, this next song I'm going to do is I wrote this as a poem originally, which I never really do. I usually write the song all together. But I wrote out these lyrics and later put it to music, and it's very different than the rest of my stuff, but it's probably the most honest song that I've written. And it's very metaphorical. It's called The Rose. On a stroll through a field full of flowers gone wild, I went searching for a flower to call mine. Surrounded by gold, I stood there beguiled, ignoring the treasure that hid in plain sight. A single rose blooming from the thorns, crimson petals and pure to the core. Alive, undying, beautifully thriving. But fool's gold was what my heart was searching for. And I picked a wildflower and ran from the rose. I couldn't see past the thorns, I suppose. And forever I'll regret the flower I chose. I picked a wildflower and ran from the rose. On my windowsill in a jar full of water, I laid the wild one to be close to me. But in less than a day she lost all her blossoms. The wildest of things can't be tamed till they're free. And I picked a wildflower and ran from the rose. I couldn't see past the thorns, I suppose. And forever I'll regret the flower I chose. I picked a wildflower and ran from the rose. Wildflower and ran from the rose. I couldn't see past the thorns, I suppose. And forever I'll regret the flower I chose. I picked a wildflower and ran from the rose. I picked a wildflower and I let you go. Alrighty, well, this last one I'm going to do is a pretty wild bar story. I wrote this with my friend Julie Strawbridge, and you know, as songwriters, usually we try to write stuff that's relatable to people. And and this is when we got together, and we didn't really know what we were going to write. She had one line, and we wrote this whole story, and it's definitely one that I hope is not relatable to anybody. So I'll let the song speak for itself, but this one's called Talking to Jack Daniels. Here we go. Met her at the honky-tonk out on Tuesday night. She was twirling in her boots and blue jeans, hotter than July. I took her hand, said, how you do? And she said, good now that I'm with you. And we danced the night away till Wednesday morning. A few months later, thought I'd take her back to meet my folks at the little house outside of town, down the red dirt road. Well, Mama hugged her and Daddy loved her, and the dog said only good things of her. And so I went downtown to buy a ring. But she had 5 other lovers from 4 different towns, and she stole $300 from my parents' house. They say that 2 is better. I thought no one could take her place. But I'm talking to Jack Daniels, and he says I'll be okay. Now I'm back at the honky-tonk on this Tuesday night. There ain't no girls in boots and blue jeans dancing by my side. I take another shot and glance across the room where we would dance, and there she is with some new country boy. I bet he's one of her 5 other lovers from 4 different towns. I bet she stole $300 from his parents' house. They say that 2 is better. I thought no one could take her place. But I'm talking to Jack Daniels, and he says I'll be okay. Yeah. I've had one too many sips. I can't stand to watch the 2 of them kiss. So I get up off the bar stool, walk up and tell him this. Well, she has 5 other lovers from 4 different towns. She stole $300 from my parents' house. We looked at her and said, what the hell is this about? And then she looked at me, looked at him, and she ran right out. Now I've got 5 new buddies from 4 different towns, and we spent $300 sitting here talking about how they say 2 is better, but when you're not the only one. Talking to Jack Daniels, the talking's never done. Well, thank you very much for listening, y'all. Once again, I want to give a huge shout out to Smokefree Tennessee and Jamie Kent for inviting me to do this video. And if you'd like to keep up with them, I don't know Jamie's handle off the top of my head, but at Smokefree Tennessee is the page. And hopefully we'll be seeing some more headlines soon about their work. I know, I think the Nashville Metro, the Nashville City Council is considering some measures right now. So very thankful and excited for that. And if you guys would like to keep up with me, you can find me at Jack Settle Music. And you can find the links to all my music at jacksettle.com. So Once again, thank you, and I'm looking forward to making Tennessee smoke-free. Y'all have a good day.